All right, we've got a question from Chase. He says, what is a good age or stage in life to take the Know Your Number course? My wife and I were both 23 years old and we're dinks, which is double income, no kids. They have about a $160K base salary and they're saving about 35%. And then they only have student loans as far as debt goes. So early on their wealth building journey, some good stuff going on though. When do you think it's the right time to start thinking about your number?
So, this is so interesting. If you go out to learn.moneyguy.com, you can see some of the stuff that we've built, some of the courses we've made available, some of the tools we've made available. It wasn't by accident. It wasn't by happenstance, because we wanted to build something that would help you on your financial journey, no matter where you were. And it was very intentional the way that we thought through this, because we think for anyone who's going to have a financial plan in place, you need to know where you are. Right? Where am I right now today? Well, that's why we have your net worth tool. You can go check out the net worth tool. That will tell you, where am I today? What is my starting point? And how can I track that through time? Well, then the very next question you have to ask is, okay, if I know where I'm today, where am I going? Yeah. What's the goal? Well, that is a great time to go check out the Know Your Number course, because it essentially decides, what am I working towards? Hey, I want to live this level of lifestyle, and I want to do it around this age, and I want to have these assumptions, and I'm saving this much. Am I ahead of the curve? Am I behind the curve? Do I not even know where the curve is? And then the third question I want to answer is, okay, well, how do I get there? If I know where I'm starting and know where I want to go, what are the steps that I want to take to get there? That's the financial order of operations. Those are the steps that move you from where you are today to where you want to go. So Brian, my answer to this question would be, when should I do the Know Your Number course? It's probably when you find yourself asking the question, okay, where am I going? What's my goal? What's the thing that I'm looking for? Now, in all honesty, people in the very beginning of their careers, you may not know yet. You may not know, I'm not married. I don't have kids. I don't know where I'm going to live. I don't know what my vocation's going to be. It might be really hard to nail down that destination point. But if you are at the point where you're thinking, okay, I know where I'm going. I know when I want to retire. I know when I want to hit financial independence. That sounds to me like a great time to go check out the Know Your Number course.
Yeah, I mean, I get excited for somebody like Chase is because you're way ahead of the curve in the fact that you got a great income. You're rocking and rolling, but it's one of those things where you're trying to figure out, okay, because there's the get wealthy foundation activities. That's usually steps 1 through 7 that you do. And then there's the stay wealthy activities, and you have to balance all those with the goals. So somebody like Chase, who's in their early 20s, married, has a great income, you're trying to figure out, when can I actually enjoy some of what I've created, but I also don't want to shortchange the get wealthy activities. I got to build my foundation. And that's why I do love the Know Your Numbers, because you're going to be able to use this tool. It's not only the education of the course, but it's the tools of, if you want to say, hey, how's inflation going to impact my decisions?
Because it will.
How does, if I want to retire at 50 or 55, or at least have the option, because I was one of those people that thought I was going to retire at 50, and how is inflation impact? You get to use it as a tool to essentially scatter plot all the scenarios to really figure out and chart your course, because this is what I love about the abundance cycle, is that we will give you all the tools, because I don't think everybody should hire a financial advisor right out of the gates, because there's so much free content. We've been creating it for going on 20 years now. Just come take on the free stuff. Just let us love on you, give you all the free stuff. Use the free resources at moneyguy.com/resources. Use all that stuff, but you will get a point. This is why I love the abundance cycles, because we're going to give you all the things to accelerate it, but you're going to get to a point where you just don't know what you don't know. And Kyle, Chase, I don't think you're there yet, but I think with the Know Your Number, you will be, just to kind of know, because you're still at that simple part of the wealth building where you just wind me up, point me in the direction. I have a great income, my shovel's right, the relationship, my mindset's right. So just wind me up, let me go. The Know Your Numbers go let you know how much. So then you can set it, forget it, but you will now know that there's going to be another checkpoint where your life's just going to get outright complicated from success. And that's where you'll hit that abundance cycle. Next, take the relationship to the next level. We'll be there to be your co-pilot, to be your CFO. And people are always amazed, because look, financial advisors, here's the dirty little secret of our industry. They work with old people. They do. Go look at when we do benchmark studies of all the when we do Fidelity's benchmark study, they compare us to other financial advisory firms. They're all hanging out with the boomers. And then they come and we get our stats and they always come to us like, man, your clients are young. And we're like, yeah. I mean, because we have some beasts out there who are making great incomes, made good decisions. And Chase, you're going to be one of them. I can sense it. So when we do our benchmark study and they say, like, how do you have 32-year-olds that already have this much money and make this much? I'm like, because we've been loving on them since they came out of college in their 20s. That is the abundance cycle. The cup overfills for abundance for everyone. And I love, Chase, that we've given you all the resources to do this right. Like I said, keep letting us wind you up, point you in the right direction. Go out there and look at the know your number, just because it's going to tell you if you're saving enough or if you need to slam on more, or even if you can now live in abundance and start doing some of those step 8 abundance goals. It's all going to be helpful, but I'm excited that in a few years, I know you're going to reach that level of complexity that you'll be part of the family.